Hello and welcome to Food Tech 101. Hello and welcome to Food Tech 101. Today we're going to make one of my favourite desserts, a fruit crumble, and this one's going to be an apple crumble. Let me just talk you through the basic ingredients. We have apples, obviously. We have some flour and fat. For this particular dish I've used wholemeal flour and we have a little bit of sugar. That's it, just 4 ingredients: apple, flour, fat, sugar. I'm going to take you through the process, how to make it really quite straightforward. This is one of the first dishes we do in year 7 because it allows us to combine different things. A pastry making technique called the rubbing in method, which I'll talk you through, and also knife skills when it comes to chopping up, and in particular peeling an apple. I'll show you 2 different ways of peeling, one using a peeler and one peeling with a knife. Okay, step 1, we have our fat, we have our flour, and we have to combine them both together using a technique called the rubbing in method. It's very hands-on. What you have to do is sort of squeeze the flour in to the fat. This fat's quite cold, which it needs to be. We just, ideally, using primarily your fingertips. The reason the fingertips are used and not the whole hand is because the fingertips are the coolest part of the hand, and we don't want our fat to melt and go all soft. Otherwise, instead of having nice fine crumbs, we end up having like a bit of a sticky dough. So we just grab with the flour, and when you see a block of fat, you twist it through into the flour. You keep going until the mixture resembles fine breadcrumbs. And we're nearly there. Final part, I like to just get between your fingers and just rub lightly. So see how light it is? How it falls down like breadcrumbs. So oftentimes when we're in a class, a student would say, "Sir, is it ready yet? Sir, is it ready?" So I give an indication. When it looks like fine breadcrumbs, then we're done. So it's nice and light, beautiful. Now on for the apples part. Now there are 2 ways I instruct the students how to peel their apple. One is using a peeler, and I'll give you a close-up of how to do that. Now the other one is where we cut the apple in half and use a knife. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and get a slightly close-up view. I'm going to show you those 2 methods in a bit more detail. So first up, I'm going to show you a technique using a peeler. Now oftentimes when I ask if students have used a peeler before, they say yes, and they start hacking at it, and and the bits come off in pieces. But I said, let me show you how to use them properly. This part here, not the outer part, the inner part here, that's the cutting blade. You don't have to be afraid of it, because even though it's sharp enough to peel, it's not really sharp enough to cut yourself. So that's the part there. That's the cutting blade, not the outside part, that part there. And you really want to put it towards yourself. So I'm going to press in and pull it towards myself, and then keep the pressure on and go all the way around. Keep the pressure on and keep rotating. Even if it comes off, not only once, not a competition. The idea is keep the pressure on and you're pulling it towards yourself. All the way around, keep working, even go around corners. Now sometimes if the apple's a little bit soft, it may take a bit more work, but in essence, boom, and we're done. Yeah? These little parts, no problem. We can just finish taking those parts off. But in essence, we're done. And that's the quickest way to do it. That's method number 1. Method number 2 is a little bit more complicated, a little bit trickier, it takes a bit longer. However, it's a very safe technique, and it also helps to develop really good knife control and knife skills. So I like them to use it for that reason as well, for the knife skills benefit. So first of all, with a larger knife, cut our apple in half, allowing it to sit flat. And then with our knife, here's the tricky part. I want to teach them to cut away. So working the knife side to side, they're peeling away. So try again. And the aim of this is what I tell them. I said I don't want that Tetris apple. Now, in a world of Tetris, as most any teenagers or child would know, a Tetris apple would be one with all kind of square sides and blocky. If you've got a Tetris apple, that means you've cut your peel off too thick. I have had classes where students have cut the peel off the apple so thick that I've been able to make an entire crumble by peeling their peel. So the aim is nice and controlled. Try and aim for as thin a piece off as possible. You go all the way around, just like that. Okay? So it takes a bit longer, but hard to get skill, but it's a really good skill because it develops really good knife skills. So in the long run, even though it may be a bit trickier to do, the control they develop with a knife will bear dividends in the future. The key thing is they're always cutting away, never towards, so there's a risk of cutting themselves. Always cutting away. Okay, now all the apples are peeled, I'm just going to chop them up. A good way again, I tell the kids how to chop up the fruit. Here's the core. If you just cut straight down either side of the core, let's see what happens. Boom, there we go. So we don't have to fish around or worry about how to get the core out. We just take our apples, which have been chopped in half. All we do is go straight down, either side, a little part where the core is, and there's the core right there. If you've got a little bit too fat, you can always go back and trim a bit more. We don't want to waste any of the apple. That's a really easy way to get rid of the apple core. It's safe, it's easy, and it's fairly consistent. So once we've done that with all our apples, the next thing to do is just using the bridge technique. Remember the bridge? Walk over. The bridge technique. Get our fruit, line it back up again, and then using our claw grip, we can cut our pieces fairly small. Not minute, just fairly small. Because we're not pre-cooking these apples, so the smaller we chop them up, the easier it is they're going to bake in the oven. So all my apples are now finally chopped and in the baking dish. I'm going to add the remainder of my sugar. It's only about a spoonful. Sprinkle over the top. And just because I really like raisins, and to give a little extra sweetness, but also benefits of some extra vitamins and minerals that come from the fruit and vegetable section of the Eat Well guide, I've added a few raisins just because I really like them. They're optional. Now, when you're making this dish yourself, other optional ingredients could be, you could have some fresh berries of your choice. Obviously a mixture of dried fruit of your choice. That part's really up to you. Just a small handful sprinkled over the top to give it extra flavour that you may particularly like. Also, you don't have to use just apple. I've used apple, but it's part of the classic dish. You could use any kind of fruit you want. You could use pineapple, you could use peaches, any fruit you want. So all I'm going to do now is add my crumble. Here's my crumble here. Just going to put the crumble over the top. Pop it on. Spread it neatly across. Now you don't want to pat it down because you want it to stay nice and light. I'm going to give it a little bit of a shake, not a pat. If you pat it down, then what might happen is that you start to squash it into a form of a pastry and it'll bake a bit like a biscuit. This way it'll stay nice and crumbly on top. There it is. I'm going to bang it in the oven, come back and we'll see what it's like in about 20 minutes. Okay, our fruit crumble is out of the oven now. it smells well nice. It's nicely brown on top, takes about 35 to 40 minutes. I say usually when I'm giving you a time indication, say 35 to 40 minutes or until golden brown on top. Now with brown flour and brown crumble, it's a little bit more difficult to tell, but it's nicely browned on top. That took about 35-40 minutes. It's still hot, so I'm going to try a little bit, see what it comes out like. So here's our crumble. It smells delicious, but the proof of the pudding, as I say, is in eating. So just for the sake of being professional, I'm going to have to eat some to see what it's like. So, have a look. Our crumble, even though we use homemade flour, is very, very light. Taste. Oh, that is well nice. The apples are nice and soft, but they haven't turned to mush, so I've still got a little bit of bite on them. Oh, actually, well nice. That's delicious, actually, one of the best I've made. So once again, thank you for joining me at Food Tech 101. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to be notified of the latest videos as they come out. My name is Mr. Lightbird, but you can call me Sir.